How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Z Garage. And if you haven't noticed, it's been a little over 2 months since my last video. And I do apologize. I'd filmed a whole bunch of stuff for Branson Z Fest, and then I completely forgot to post it because I got home and I was absolutely wiped out. So that's what this video is. But I wanted to go ahead and kind of preface things here, kind of catch you up to speed. So we did go to Branson Z Fest. There are some things that I had to deal with when I was there, so I didn't get to really drive it as much as I would have liked to. But I want to go ahead and take you through that whole thing. So let's go ahead and watch that video from start to finish, and then I'll come back at the very end and kind of update you guys on what's been happening over the last 2 months. All right, guys, well, here we are fully loaded on the trailer, ready to go to Branson. This on its own was its own little process, took about 45 minutes, because this is the first time we were, getting this car on a trailer. So it is looking really, really good. I'm super excited. You can see there's a few things that we still need to fix, like the hood right there, but that's all can be done at Branson, and the car is looking good and ready to go. So I'm excited, guys. Let's go ahead and get on the road, and hopefully nothing goes wrong, and I'll see you in Branson probably. Alright, guys, we made it to Branson, and as you can see, the Z is unloaded. It's looking pretty good all in one piece. We didn't have any issues while towing it, so I am very, very excited. So I have driven this around a little bit already and then got it to here, and I want to go ahead and go on another drive, take you guys with me so you can kind of see how it sounds, see how it drives, and hopefully it's really, really cool. So let's go ahead and hop in the car and go for a little drive. Alright, guys, here we are in the Z. Let's go ahead and take it for a little drive. I'll go ahead and show you me for a second. We'll just talk about it, and then I'll point you guys forward so you can kind of see how we're driving. There's a couple other Z's here right now. They've gotten back from the drive this morning. It's Wednesday today, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you go ahead and do like a cruise, a guided cruise. And I usually take the first day just to kind of like chill out and see what's going on, get used to everything again. The drive is about 15 hours for me, so I'm pretty tired the next day. So I usually just go on the Thursday and Friday cruises. Those are still pretty fun. Let me go ahead and navigate around this real quick. Alright guys, it is Thursday today, and as you can see we took the Z out for a little drive. We're at the top of the rock Scenic overlook here. This is a place that they've done a couple of like group photos in the past, and it is looking really cool. Obviously the scenery is amazing, but the car is looking really good too. I went ahead and fixed a little hole in the transmission tunnel that I had made during the transmission swap. Try to fix a little bit of the exhaust coming in to the cabin. So it is kind of working, but I didn't want to take it on a super long cruise just for this first one, just to see, you know, will I die? So took it out today, looking really good. Might take it out again later, I'll let you guys know. But this is what we're doing on Thursday, a little bit of scenic overlook.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine.
Alright guys, so now that you're caught up on Branson Z Fest, fast forward almost 2.5 months past the last time I made a video, which is right now, and as you can see, we're in a brand new space. This is going to be one of the reasons why I haven't posted anything in 2 months, and that's because I moved. I'm in a new house now, and even though this garage is a little bit smaller than I really would have liked, it's a little bit smaller than the last garage as well, it is a nice space still. So I think this is going to be a great place to keep working on cars, as well as just doing a lot of other things. So new space, new house. As you can see, I have my Mini Cooper over here. It's parked inside for the time being. I'll probably eventually be bringing the Miata and parking it in here. So you guys will probably see that in some of the background videos. I did recently purchase a turbo kit for the Miata because I love driving that car. Guys, if you've never driven a Miata before, if you've never owned a Miata, they're just addictive little cars, and they just run and run and run. So my Miata, even though I still have this beast of a turbo car, I'm still gonna feel that little turbo spirit. So Miata's gonna be getting a turbo kit. I'll probably be posting those videos on this channel. So if you guys wanna watch those, of course, Miatas are done over and over and over again. So it's not gonna be an instructional video. I'm just gonna document it. But yeah, so that's gonna be coming up in the future. I bought a roll bar for the Miata as well because it's a little unsafe driving that car on the highway because it doesn't have any head protection. So we'll go ahead and take all that in, you know, the next few months or whatever. But in terms of the Z, let's go ahead and talk about real quick what the future holds for it. So it needs new wheels and tires. These ones have overspray on them. They're just not great. It needs new wheels and tires at some point. I don't have a timeline. I'm keeping my eye on all of the tires and wheels that I wanted to see when they come back in stock, because like I was saying at the end of, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before Branson Z Fest, but they were just all out of stock. I think it was import, like tariffs and all that garbage. It was just very difficult to get wheels in. So I'll be keeping my eye on those, and we're gonna get them at some point. So don't think that these stock wheels are gonna be here forever. We're gonna have to do some paint touch-ups on the car. There's a couple areas that just don't look right. There's a area in this quarter panel that I might have to redo because it almost looks like it's cracking underneath. Very interesting. I don't know if I can get it on video for you guys, but it is very interesting. Gonna get the windshield actually reset by a professional instead of just me and this random trim here. The rear bumper looks horrible, so that has to be completely repainted. We'll be doing that at some point too. But like the first thing that we're gonna do is get the exhaust fixed, because the whole point of Branson Z Fest and not being able to actually drive there was because the exhaust just was too much for me to breathe. I think it's the cowl creating a low pocket zone in here, and actually pulls up from the downpipe and then throws it through the hood right here. And then when you have your windows down, it just goes right into the cabin. It is a lot of exhaust, guys. And like number one above all else is be safe. You know, you only have one pair of lungs. So definitely don't just, you know, do things because. As much as I would love to drive this car around right now, it is like not safe for anybody to be driving. I don't let anybody else drive this right now because it is just not a great idea. So that's gonna be like the number one thing that we do next, is to get the exhaust done. And then I wanna go ahead and work on headlights so I can actually drive it around at night. It's just empty shells in here right now. Those will be really cool. I'll do a whole like how-to video on how I do mine, because I think you guys are gonna really appreciate it. I think you guys are gonna wanna do it too. And as much as I appreciate you guys buying the kits and stuff that I offer, they are a huge time sink for me. So I don't think I'll be offering anything for that, but I will show you guys how to do it. So you can go ahead and do it too. So yeah, exhaust, headlights. It does need an alignment. So that's probably the second thing after the exhaust, because I do have lifetime alignments on this car. Needs a little bit of a wash because it rode on a trailer to Branson and back. It's not too bad, but it could use a little something. But yeah, guys, it's doing really good. I'm really happy with it. I drove it all the way up from my old house to my new house, and I mean, not a single issue. It fired right up. I didn't even have to crank it over a bunch of times. The cold starts are still a little iffy, so I kind of got to figure out the tuning on that. Just because I have a slow pump, it doesn't quite get up to pressure. There's a few things on the wire harness that I need to update. I don't have oil pressure or temperature right now. I can only choose one of them, but I don't have either of them right now because the wires accidentally pulled out of one of the connectors. So we're gonna have to go ahead and redo those. I think that's pretty much it. Guys, this car is really, really good. Like, I am so happy with how far it's come. Obviously, I would love to drive it more. I'd love to get further along, but it is really quite good. Once we get the exhaust on and once we get the wiring done, I do need to go ahead and install a MAC valve because I have it in there. It's just not hooked up because it's only making like 7 PSI, which is fine, but it's not the power that I'm looking for. I'm probably going to be pushing, 300, 350 if I can. And we're not making that right now. We're probably making around 200 if that. Another thing is, I mentioned this multiple times before, is my throttle doesn't open all the way. So we need to go ahead and work on that because I feel like that is severely slowing down how quick it spools. This is a small turbo and I feel like it's spooling slower than my HX35 is. And I'm pretty sure it's because my throttle is not opening all the way. It can't ingest all the air that it needs, and it can't produce all the exhaust to spin up the turbo. So those two things are going to be the performance adders for this car because it is just, I mean, it's a fine car right now, but I think a majority of low-end sports cars and even some customer consumer cars these days could probably outrun this just because of how slow it is, and it's not tuned the way it should be. So that's going to be coming up in the future as well because that's going to be the final piece of getting it drivable. Cosmetics, wheels, bumpers, paint, all that kind of stuff, those are all just things that I can work on over time, but actually being able to drive it properly and making sure the engine is happy really is the biggest thing. So that'll probably be coming up sooner than a lot of other stuff. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I know that was a lot of rambling. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying here and watching this video after 2 months of not posting. There is going to be a lot of other stuff that, now that I've moved to this new house, I've kind of picked up a few other hobbies, one of them being model rocketry, and I don't know how much I'm going to do with that. I think it's kind of like a 50-50 on if I make any content for that, but if I do, it's going to be on my second channel, which is the Z Garage Adventures. So I have it linked down in the description if you want to go check that out. I think I only have 1 or 2 videos on there right now of driving the Miata, but I think that channel is just going to be dedicated to anything that I do that I want to show. It's going to be, I mean, this is my Mini Cooper, and I don't really do anything to it, but if you guys want to see videos of my other cars, just let me know. I'll do better videos of them. This is the Z Garage. We work on the Z here, and the Miata sometimes, of course, but just let me know. I'll put them on the second channel, stuff like that. Yeah, I've got a couple other things going on. Since I am in a new house, I have a shed as well now, so I want to be converting that into a workshop, so I might do some tutorials or really just kind of walkthroughs on what I'm doing for my workshop, so you guys can see the setup and some of the tools that I have for what I do. I think that'll be really cool. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. If you have any questions or comments, definitely drop them down below. Branson Z Fest was an absolute blast. The first year that I went with Miata, so much fun because I got to drive. This year, honestly, a little disappointing because I did not get to go on drives. So I'm really looking forward to getting this car drivable so that I can go ahead and actually have fun next year. But we have a whole year. I'm not gonna, redo the entire car or redo the entire, paint again like last time. So we could definitely make it next year, guys. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. So I'll see you guys next time. Drop any questions or comments, and I hope you guys have a great time. And hopefully the next video you see is either exhaust on this or maybe we start on the turbo kit on the Miata. We'll see. All right, I'll see you guys next time.